moments could be the difference between the podium and just watching the trophy ceremony from the sidelines. Meanwhile, Koki Beninity and Just Jazik are on fire, charging up 4 spots to Pen. It's like watching those roller coasters zoom by at the amusement park. Thrilling and full of surprises. Keep it up, everyone. The race is underway, and we've got Rizaldi Adha leading the pack. Jasak 72 is hot on their heels trying to catch up in those sharp turns. Megik Tufluntin and Nukambokam are battling it out just behind. It's a classic clash of speed versus strategy. Exciting stuff as they jockey for position. Hey there, Nierf Society. Welcome back to the stream. Checkered flag ready to cheer on our speedy AI racers? Let's buckle up and have some fun. Tom Bickel and Susanna Greenberg have successfully moved into P2, after overtaking Jasak 72, who now drops to P3. The battle for P3 is heating up, with Jasak 72 fending off challenges from Magic Eveline team and Nukambokam. Meanwhile, Magic Turtle 19 and Nukambokam are locked in a close contest for power against Okayoki 3, who is competing in an AMC Matador while they both drive a Dodge Charger. The tension is rising as these cars jockey for position on the track. Jazik 72, Magic Turtle 19, and Nukambokam are closely contesting for P3, with frequent position changes as they jostle for the advantage. Holocostanine and Quack Duddy 2 have successfully moved up to Pen, overtaking Deplorable Apple. In the back of the pack, Bobardo, Famaka, and Ihuzon 7 are locked in a tight battle for P20, showcasing some strategic maneuvers. Jasak 72 in the Dodge Charger holds off Okayoki 3 in the AMC Matador as they approach the final corner, maintaining that power position. Behind them, a three-way battle intensifies for Pen with Polokostaniain, Quack Duddy 2, and Deplorably Apple jockeying for position. Polokostanian is in the lead of this trio. Meanwhile, Gary Nonem in the Ford Torino 72 is engaged in a tight fight for 16 against Twitch 5 and Maya, both driving an AMC Matador. The positions are shifting rapidly as they navigate through the track, with Twitch 5 looking to make a move on Gary, No Name. Overall, the race is heating up as these drivers push their limits. Megatel 19 and Nukambokem have successfully moved up to P2, executing a clean overtake on Rizaldi Adha. Meanwhile, Jasak 72 is currently in a tight three-way battle for 7 against Isionito 12 and Shipbroman, with Jasak 72 piloting a Dodge Charger, while both Ision 200-212 and Shipbroman are in Plymouth Roadrunners. In addition, Deplorable Apple has advanced to P9 after overtaking Snooky Dai Tai. The man has successfully moved up to P2, executing a clean overtake on both Magic Chatala 19 and Nukambokem. In the battle for Pin, Snooky in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo is closely contesting with Paulo Costanin and Quack Dade, both driving the Ford Torino 7220. Meanwhile, Flying Eye has advanced to P26 after overtaking Duff Dad and Snow, TP8.2Y. The race remains competitive across multiple positions. Deplorable Apple and Snooky are currently engaged in a tight contest for the 9th position, with Deplorable Apple in the Ford Torino 72 and Snooky in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Both cars are closely matched, making for an exciting battle. Meanwhile, Bilbardo has successfully moved up to 19th place after overtaking both Twitch 5 and Maida. The three vehicles are now in a fierce battle for that same position, with Bilbardo driving a Dodge Charger while Twitch 5 and Maya are in an AMC Matador. The dynamics of this race are heating up as these drivers jockey for position. Currently, Steeltill has successfully advanced to P22, executing a clean overtake on both Famaka and Eves John 7. Meanwhile, the battle for positions continues as cars jockey for space in the midfield. Famaka and Eves John 7 are now close behind, possibly looking to regain their lost positions. The race remains competitive as drivers strategize their next moves. Suki has just made a significant move, advancing to P8 after successfully overtaking Jasak 72. Currently, both drivers are engaged in a tight battle for that position, with Snooky in a Chevrolet Monte Carlo and Jasak 72 in a Dodge Charger. Meanwhile, Waintra 94 and Shorty T are also in a heated contest for 17. Waintra 94 is piloting a Ford Torino 71, while Shorty T is maneuvering a Plymouth Roadrunner, showcasing the competitive dynamics further down the field. Magic Turtle 19 and Nukambokem have taken the lead. moving into pole after successfully overtaking Tom Bickel and Suzanne Greenberg. In the battle for 6, Isione 1212 and Shipperman, in their Plymouth Roadrunner, have gained ground on Okayoke 3 in the AMC Matador. They're now engaged in a close fight for that position, with all three cars vying for the best line. The dynamics are heating up as they navigate through the turns. Deplorable has advanced to P9 after successfully overtaking Jasak 72. Meanwhile, there's a close battle for 17 between Twitch 5 and Maya in their AMC Matador, with Waintra 94 in the Ford Torino, 71 also contesting that position. In P20, Electric Murray and Sir Ironbot have made progress, overtaking Skiltil. The dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change throughout the field. The man has successfully moved up to P3 after overtaking Rizaldi Atta. Meanwhile, there's a tight battle for P13 involving Rekka 79, Kazushuk, and Amy. Electric Murray and Sir Ironbot have advanced to P18, having passed Short T to Toy T. Katsushuk, Amy, and Rekka 79 are engaged in a tight battle for 13th position, with each car closely following the other, trading places through the corners. Electric Murray and Sir Ironbot, piloting a Dodge Charger, are holding off Twitch 5 and Maya in an AMC Matador for 17th place. The two pairs of drivers are pushing hard, with overtaking attempts being made frequently. The dynamic between the vehicles is intense, as they jockey for valuable racing positions on the track. Shorter Tree and Skiltil continue their close contest for P19, with Shorty T in the Plymouth Roadrunner, maintaining a slight edge over Skiltil's Ford Torino, 72. Meanwhile, Bobado has successfully overtaken Wayne Train in T4 to move into P21. Driving the Dodge Charger, now Bobado is fending off challenges from Wayne Train 94, who is still pushing in the Ford Torino 71. The dynamics in these positions are heating up as the race progresses. Shorty T has successfully moved into P19, overtaking both Twitch 5 and Maya. The battle for this position is heating up, with Shorty AE in a Plymouth Roadrunner, while Twitch 5 and Maya are driving an AMC Matador. The three cars are closely matched, maintaining tight proximity as they navigate the track. Overtakes could happen at any moment as they continue their fight for position. Electric Murray and Sir Ironbot have successfully moved up to position 16, overtaking Gary No Name. The battle for 16 continues as they all jockey for position. Electric Murray and Sir Ironbot are driving a Dodge Charger, while Gary No Name is in a Ford Torino 72. In another development, Famaka and John 7 have also advanced, moving up to P22 after overtaking Waintra 94. The race dynamics are heating up as more overtakes occur throughout the field. Waintra 94 has just made a significant move, overtaking 22 cars and is now in first place. Following closely is Gary No Name from Team No Name Racing, who has also shown impressive speed, gaining 15 positions to secure second place. Electric Murray and Sir Ironbot have both made strides as well, each advancing 13 spots to take third place. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as these drivers push their limits on the track. The race is off to a bang with Magic Turtle 19 taking the lead. Nuke and Balcom is hot on their tail, while the man is keeping close behind in third. Issy 1212 and Shipperman are also in the mix but need to catch up. It's anyone's game right now. And they're off. Magic Turtle 19 has surged ahead, showing impressive speed right out of the gate. Nukenbakum is hot on their tail, keeping the pressure up. Over in third, we've got the man from Team Quark Express, who's trying to find a way to close that gap. Isyong 2012 and Shipbroman are battling for fourth, but they need to regroup if they want to challenge the leaders. Fast cars, fast action. Koki Benenity and Just Jazik have significantly reduced the distance to Wone Sirius Guy and Unapaki, now trailing by 35.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Adha is catching up to Shorty, decreasing that gap to 27.9 seconds. Additionally, Polo Costanin and Quack Day 2 are closing in on Rizaldi Adha, narrowing the lead to just 6 seconds. The race dynamics are tightening as drivers push for better positions. The man from Team Quark Express is currently holding P2 in his Chevrolet Monte Carlo, closely contested by Issy 1212 and Shipperman in their Plymouth Roadrunner. The battle for position is heating up as they jockey for an advantage. In the midfield, Polo Costanin and Quack Daddy2 have made significant progress, moving up to P12 after successfully overtaking Rizaldi Adha from Team Quark Express. Meanwhile, Famaka and Eujon 7 have advanced to P26, having overtaken both Twitch 5 and Maya. showcasing some impressive driving skills. The race dynamics continue to shift as positions change rapidly. Issy 1212 and Shipperman are currently neck and neck in their Plymouth Roadrunner, battling intensely for the lead against Njicheltmantin and Nukambokum, who are driving a Dodge Charger. The competition for pole is fierce as they jockey for position. Meanwhile, Jasak 72 has successfully overtaken Deplorably Apple, moving up to 5. In addition, Electric Murray and Sir Ironbot have made significant progress, advancing to 15 after overtaking Flying Eye. The race dynamics continue to shift rapidly as these drivers push their limits. Megachatham 19 and Nukambokum are currently locked in a close battle for P2, both driving their Dodge Chargers, while the man in his Chevrolet Monte Carlo is in the mix, applying pressure. Meanwhile, Koki Beninity, Just Jazik, and Short AT are contesting for pen, highlighting an intense fight further down the path. The dynamics are shifting as each driver maneuvers for position. Currently, the man has successfully moved into P2, executing a clean overtake on both Majikta 19 and Nukambokum. In the lower positions, Short TXV has advanced to 10 after overtaking Kokinyanity and Just Jazik that pole. The race is becoming increasingly competitive as drivers jostle for positions. The man has successfully moved into P2, executing a clean overtake on both Magic Turtle 19 and Nukambokum. Shortday has also made significant progress, advancing to P9 after overtaking Wazirius Guy and Ani Poppy. In the mid-pack, Reco 79, Electric Murray and Sir Ironbot are locked in a tight battle for 13, showcasing some competitive racing dynamics. Kazashuk and Amy have successfully moved up to P21, executing an overtaking maneuver on Duff Dad and Snow TP by Tot. This has sparked an ongoing battle for that position, with all four cars closely vying for an advantage. The dynamics are tightening as they approach the next turn, with Kazashuk and Amy holding their ground while Duff Dad and Snow TPP look for openings to reclaim P21. The tension is palpable as they head into the final sector of the track. Rizaldi Adha has successfully moved up to P12 after overtaking both Kokubi90 and Jisjisik Cole. In the battle for 17, Flying A in the Dodge Charger is closely contesting with Huggard 3 in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Meanwhile, Mirasol and 1999 Setimbro are fighting for P25 in their Plymouth Road Runners against Famaka and Eus Jones 7, who are both driving Dodge Chargers. The race is heating up in multiple spots as the drivers jockey for position. Currently, Issy 1212 and Shipperman are locked in a tight battle for first base, both piloting Plymouth Roadrunners. Meanwhile, the man is closely behind in a Chevrolet Monte Carlo, applying pressure as they navigate the track. In addition, Cloud33 has made a noteworthy move, advancing to 17 after successfully overtaking Flying. The dynamics of the race are intensifying as positions shift. Issy 1212 and Shipperman have successfully taken the lead, moving into pole after an overtake on the driver from Team Cork Express. Famaka and Eujon 7 have advanced to P25, overtaking Mirasol and 1999 Setmo. The battle for P25 intensifies as Famaka and Eujon 7, in a Dodge Charger, engage with Mirasol and 1999 September, who are driving a Plymouth Roadrunner. This fight for position is heating up. Jazek 72 in the Dodge Charger remains locked in a tight contest with Deplorable Apple in the Ford Torino, 72 for 5, with both drivers showing impressive defensive and offensive maneuvers. Meanwhile, Polo Costanin and Quackdade 2 have surged ahead, successfully overtaking Shorty T to Klein Ken Doing. The three are now engaged in a close battle for that position, with Polo Costanin and Quackdade 2 both piloting Ford Torinos 72 against Shorty T's Plymouth Roadrunner. The race dynamics are heating up as these drivers jostle for positions. The man has taken the lead, moving into pole after successfully overtaking Issy, 12-12-12, and Shipperman Dochi. Meanwhile, Polo Costanin and Quackdade 2 have both advanced to Pen, getting past Shorty Tet Dai. A close battle is developing for that 10th position, with Polo Costanin and Quackdade 2 in their Ford Torino 72s, while Shorty T holds his ground in a Plymouth Roadrunner. The fight for Pen is intensifying as they jostle for position. Jasak 72 in the Dodge Charger maintains a slim lead over deplorably in the Ford Torino. 72 for 5 Tintal. The two are closely matched, with Jasak 72 defending against multiple attempts at an overtake. Meanwhile, Polokostanin and Quack Duddy 2 have successfully moved up to P9 after overtaking with Serious Guy and Unipaki, who now sit in 10 and P11 respectively. The battle for Pen is heating up, as we Serious Guy and Unipaki continue to engage in a fierce contest, while Shorty keeps a close eye on their performance. Currently, Magic Turtle 19 and Ukambakon have both dropped back significantly to position 26, losing 23 spots. Team Quark Express is also facing challenges, tumbling back to position 27 with a loss of 26 positions. Similarly, Isionatol 12 and Shipraman are struggling as well, now in position 28 after falling back 26 spots. The race dynamics are shifting dramatically as these competitors lose ground. Bobardo's off to a blistering start, pulling ahead right out of the gate. Wayne Train 94 is close behind, not letting Bobardo get too comfortable. Gary No Name is hanging in there. Such a fitting name, yet he's anything but anonymous on the track. Let's see if anyone attempts an early overtake. Hey Patent Tanker. Party Popper, welcome back to the racetrack. Buckle up, it's gonna be a wild ride with these AI drivers. Racing code dashing away. And we're off. Wayne 94 is taking an early lead, showing some impressive speed right out of the gate. Nearasol and 1999 September are hot on his tail, battling it out for that second spot. Gary No Name is still in the mix, trying to find a way to maneuver past those two. It's shaping up to be a competitive start. Unipaki and Was Serious Guy have successfully moved up to P9, after overtaking Koki Bininity and Dust Jzig. In another shift, Kazushuk and Amy are now in P24, having passed Bobardo. Meanwhile, Twitch 5 and Maya have climbed to P27, overtaking N29 P. Hologostanine and Quack Duddy 2 are making significant progress, reducing the gap to Rekka 79 by 24.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Hugo 3 is also gaining on Rizaldi Adha, with a gap closure of 41.3 seconds. Shorter Tree is not to be overlooked either, as they are closing in on Hug 3, reducing that gap by 10.5 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions continue to evolve. N29 Kia has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Twitch 5 and Maya by 10.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Famaka and John 7 are also closing in on Bobardo, cutting down the distance by 3.3 seconds. In a tight battle, Twitch 5 and Maya are now catching up to Famaka and John 7, narrowing the gap by 2.3 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as these competitors jockey for position. Hey Peter J. Welcome back to the pit lane. Are you ready for some high-speed AI action? Buckle up. Racing car dashing away. Wrecker 79 has advanced to P11, successfully overtaking Flying Eye. Meanwhile, there's a close battle for 17 between Amundsen in an AMC Matador and Neo Texan, also in an AMC Matador, as they jockey for position against Skilto in a Ford Torino 72. The dynamics are heating up as these three cars continue their fight for supremacy in the lower midfield. Okayoki 3 in the AMC Matador is currently defending P9 against both Wazirius Guy and Unipaki, who are pushing hard in the Plymouth Roadrunner. The battle for B12 is heating up as Paula Costanin and Quack 32 in the Ford Torino 72 have just overtaken Flying Eye, who drives a Dodge Charger. The three cars are now closely grouped, with ongoing attempts for position. Snooki has successfully moved into P3, overtaking both Magic Turtle 19 and Nukembokem in a decisive maneuver. Magic Turtle 19 has now dropped to Power, with Nukembokem slipping back to 5. The top positions are tightening as the race progresses. Flying Eye from Team Starline Pixels has just made a move on Rizaldi Adha for P13. They approach the corner side by side, but Flying Eye managed to get ahead on the exit. Rizaldi Adha is now looking to counterattack as they head down the straight. Positions are tight, with both cars maintaining close proximity. It's a tense moment as they approach the next turn. Flying Eye holds the advantage for now, but Rizaldi Adha is not giving up easily. The battle for pole is heating up as the man in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo is closely contested by AC1212 and Chip Brumman, both driving Plymouth Roadrunners. They are vying for the top spot, with positions changing rapidly. Meanwhile, Polo Costanin and Quack Duddy 2 have advanced to P11 after successfully overtaking Rekka 79. In addition, Electric Marie and Sirironbot have moved up to P19, taking advantage of an opportunity to pass Duff Dad and Snow TP by tight. The race dynamics are shifting quickly. Deplorably Apple and Jasak 72 are locked in a tight battle for 5, with Deplorably Apple in the Ford Torino 72 just ahead of Jasak 72 in the Dodge Charger. Meanwhile, Waziri Sky and Anyapoki have successfully moved up to Pate, overtaking Koki Beninity and Just Jizik in the process. The action continues further back, where Hugudfried engaged with Amundsen and Neo Texan for 17, with Hugudfried piloting the Chevrolet Monte Carlo, while Amundsen and Neo Texan are in their AMC Matador. The dynamics are heating up across multiple positions on the track. Flying Eye in the Dodge Charger and Skilltil in the Ford Torino 72 are engaged in a tight battle for 15th position. Flying Eye makes a move on the inside at turn 4, gaining slight ground. Skilltil responds by taking a wider line to maintain speed on the exit. They are neck and neck heading into the next corner. Flying Eye attempts another overtake on the inside, but Skilltil holds firm. The gap remains minimal as they approach the straight, with both cars pushing their limits. Skilltil seems to have a slight edge down the straight, maintaining position as they head into the next set of turns. Amundsen and Neo Texan have successfully moved up to 16, executing a clean overtake on Flying Eye. Now, all three are engaged in a tight battle for that position. Amundsen and Neo Texan are piloting an AMC Matador, while Flying Eye is driving a Dodge Charger. The cars are closely matched as they navigate the track, with all three drivers demonstrating skillful maneuvering. The fight for 16 continues to heat up as they jockey for position. Gary No Name in the Ford Torino 72 is currently holding position ahead of Kazushuk and Amy, who are both in a Dodge Charger. The three cars are tightly packed, with Kazushuk attempting to find an inside line for an overtake on Amy. As they approach the next turn, Gary's defensive maneuvering appears to be keeping Kazushuk at bay for now. Amy is looking to capitalize on any mistake from Kazushuk to reclaim her position. The battle for P21 remains intense as they exit the corner, with all three drivers maintaining close proximity. Gary No Name is currently holding the 21st position in his Ford Torino 72, with Kazishuk and Amy closely behind in their Dodge Charger. Kazishuk is making a move on Amy, attempting to overtake her on the inside. It looks like they are side by side as they head into the next corner. Gary No Name maintains his lead, but both Kazishuk and Amy are applying pressure. Kazishuk manages to pull ahead of Amy briefly but runs wide on the exit, allowing Amy to retake the position. The battle for 21st is heating up, with each driver pushing their limits. Gary No Name seems to be pulling away slightly, as Kazishuk and Amy continue to swap positions. The dynamic in this trio is tense, with all three drivers demonstrating skillful maneuvering. As they approach the next straightaway, Kazishuk takes a wider line, setting up for a potential slipstream. Amy is right on his tail, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake. The race continues to unfold with these three drivers in a tight contest for position. Rizaldi Adha is off to a strong start, leading the pack with some solid cornering techniques. Paulo Kostanin is right on his tail, showing some aggressive maneuvering. Quack Daddy 2 is hanging tight in third place, maintaining a steady pace. Skiltil is trying to catch up but looks like he's got some work to do if he wants to join the leaders. The race is still very much in play. The race is off to a thrilling start. Wayne Train 984 is taking the lead with some impressive speed. Nira Sol and 1999 Septembril are hot on his heels, battling it out for that second spot. Isyon 1212 and Shipperman are close behind, ready to capitalize on any mistakes ahead. This is shaping up to be an exciting showdown. Winzerius Guy and Unapaki have made significant progress, now holding the 8th position, after an impressive maneuver that saw them overtake 15 cars. Following closely, Koki Beninati and Just Jazik have also climbed the ranks to secure the 9th spot, with the same number of overtakes. Meanwhile, Tombiko and Susan Reinberg have advanced to the 10th position, overtaking 16 cars in a notable display of racing strategy. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as these teams push forward. Currently, Okoki 3 has advanced to position 10, successfully overtaking Flyinai. Meanwhile, there's an intense battle between Flyinai and Rizaldi Adha for position 11. In another move, Amundsen and Neoteximum have made their way up to position 17, passing Huggard-Free in the process. The race is showing some dynamic shifts in positions, as drivers jockey for position. Duff Dad and Snow TPP have significantly reduced the gap to Amundsen and Neotexum by 34 seconds. Kazishuk and Amy are also making impressive progress, closing in on Huggard-Free with a reduction of 57.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Wayne 94 is catching up to Electric Murray and Sir Ironbot, narrowing the distance by 47.4 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers increase their pace. Paulo Costanine in the Ford Torino 72 has just executed a clean overtake on Quack Daddy 2, moving up to P13, while Rekka 79 in the Dodge Charger is closely trailing behind, looking for an opportunity to retake the position. In the battle for P18, Huggett 3 remains ahead in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo, but Casey Shook and Amy, both driving Dodge Chargers, are applying pressure. Amy has just edged closer to Casey Shook, attempting to find a gap for an overtaking maneuver. The race dynamics remain tight as these drivers push for every position. Cassie Shook and Amy are now in 17 after successfully overtaking Huggard 3. Meanwhile, Twitch 5 and Maya have climbed to P26, passing both Famaka and Iusion 7 in the process. The race continues to see some movement in the mid-pack. Paulo Costanine and Quack Daddy 2 in their Ford Torino 72 are locked in a tight battle for P13 against Rekka 79, who is maneuvering the Dodge Charger. The dynamics between these three cars are intense as they jostle for position. Meanwhile, Skill Till in another Ford Torino 72 is engaged in a similar tussle for P19 with Duff Dad and Snow TPP, both of whom are also driving Dodge Chargers. The competition is fierce as they navigate through the track, vying for every inch of the road. Rizaldi Ada has successfully moved up to P11, executing a clean overtake on Flying Eye. The maneuver was precise and well-timed, showcasing Rizaldi's skill. Flying Eye will need to regroup as he falls back to P12 base. The battle for positions continues to intensify as the race progresses. Paulo Costanine and Quack Daddy 2 have advanced to P12 after successfully overtaking Flying Eye. The battle for P12 is intensifying as they closely contest with Flying Eye, who is driving a Dodge Charger while they pilot a Ford Torino 72. Meanwhile, Gary No Name from No Name Racing has made progress as well, moving up to P20 after overtaking both Duff Dad and Snow TP Pite. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions continue to change. Paulo Costanine and Quack Daddy 2 have successfully moved up to P11, after overtaking Rizaldi Ada. In the battle for P13, Flying A in a Dodge Charger is closely contesting against Short 2 in a Plymouth Roadrunner. Meanwhile, at 15, Rekka 79 in another Dodge Charger is engaged in a three-way battle with Amundsen and Neo-Texan, both driving MC Matadors. The competition is tightening as positions fluctuate. Gary No-Name has successfully moved up to P19 after overtaking Huggard 3. In the battle for P24, Wayne Trinentifor in a Ford Torino 71 is currently engaged with Bobardo driving a Dodge Charger. The two are closely matched as they navigate the track, showcasing their racing strategies. Gary No-Name in the Ford Torino 72 has just made a decisive move on Huggard 3 in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo for P19. They are neck and neck, but Gary's recent acceleration gives him the edge as they head into the next turn. Meanwhile, Bobardo in the Dodge Charger is closely contesting with Neresol and 1999 Setembro, both in Plymouth Roadrunners for P23. Bobardo attempts an inside line, but Neresol holds the position as they exit the corner, maintaining pressure on Bobardo. 1999 Setembro is right behind, waiting for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes. The tension is building in this fight for positions. Rekla 79 has taken the lead in the battle for 16, managing to hold off Kadishuk, who was closely trailing. Amy is maintaining pressure behind them, making this a tight three-way contest. In the P20 battle, Hugo Free in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo has made a move to pull ahead of Electramri and Sirambot, both driving Dodge Chargers. There's a slight gap forming as Huggard 3 gains momentum. Meanwhile, the P26 fight sees Twitch 5 in the AMC Matador pushing hard against Maya, who is also in an AMC Matador. Bamaka and Ujo John 7 are in pursuit in their Dodge Charger, trying to capitalize on any slip-ups. The midfield is buzzing with activity. Koki Beninity and Dusjazig have successfully advanced to P9 after overtaking Okayoki 3.8. Meanwhile, Amundsen and Neo-Texan have climbed to 13, getting ahead of Flying Eye. The battle for PT4 is heating up with Nearest Seoul and 1999 Setembro in a Plymouth Roadrunner, closely contested by Wayne Trey 94 driving a Ford Torino 71. Nira Sol and 1999 Settembre in the Plymouth Roadrunner are currently side by side, battling fiercely for P24. Wayne 94 in the Ford Torino 71 is not far behind, looking to capitalize on any mistakes made by the duo ahead. Nira takes the inside line at the next corner, gaining a slight edge over 1999 Settembre. However, 1999 Settembre fights back on the straight, managing to pull level again. Wayne 94 is now closing the gap, ready to join this intense three-way fight for position. They head into the next turn with all three cars tightly packed. Jasak 72 has just surged to the front, overtaking 5 cars to secure the first position. Hot on their tails, Waziri Sky and Unapoki also made significant gains, each overtaking 5 competitors to claim second place. Meanwhile, Tom Bickle and Susan Greenberg have advanced as well, executing 5 successful overtakes to settle into third position. The race is tightening up at the top with these impressive moves. The race is off with Sirius Guy leading the pack, closely followed by Unipaki. Tom Bickle and Suzanne Greenberg are right in the mix, keeping the pressure on. Koki Beninity and Just Jazik, rounding out the top 3, are looking for any chance to make a move. It's all about strategy in these early laps. Okayoki is taking the lead right off the bat, showing some serious speed. Koki Beninity and Dusjazik are closely tailing him, clearly not backing down. Tom Bickle and Susan Greenberg are in hot pursuit, but they're gonna need to pick up the pace if they want to join that front pack. Exciting stuff right out of the gate. Magic Turtle 19 has made significant gains, overtaking 10 cars and securing third position. Right behind, Deporoblepo also had an impressive performance, overtaking 15 cars to take fourth place. Meanwhile, Snooki is on the move as well, having overtaken 16 cars to clinch fifth position. They are tightening up as these competitors push for higher ranks. Hugger 3 has made a significant advancement, overtaking 7 cars to secure position 8. Following closely, Rez Aldi Adha has also gained momentum, overtaking 9 cars and now sits in 10th place. Jortier is not far behind, advancing by overtaking 7 cars to claim the 11th position. The field is getting competitive as these drivers push their limits. Deplorably, Apple is now just 4.2 seconds behind Magic Chitola 19 and Mukembukan, showing impressive speed. Meanwhile, Winziri Sky and Anipaki have successfully moved up to 7th position after overtaking Tumbickle and Susan Greenberg. In the pack, Polo Costanin and Quack Duty 2 have made their way to 15th place, passing Shorty T in the process. The race dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change rapidly. Vinay has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Reka 79 by 8.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Koki Beninity and Just Jazik are also gaining on Vinay, decreasing their distance by 20.4 seconds. Okayoki 3 is closing in on the duo of Koki Beninity and Just Jazik with a gap reduction of 13.5 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as the race continues. Polo Costanin and Quack Daddy 2 have successfully moved up to 14th after overtaking Rizaldi Atta, showcasing efficient driving in the last few corners. Meanwhile, there's an intense battle for P25 involving Famaka, Yus John 7, and Bobardo, with all three cars closely vying for position. The dynamics are heating up as they navigate the track. Okayoki 3 has made a solid move, advancing to P11 after overtaking Flying Eye. Polo Costanin and Quack Daddy 2 have also gained positions, now sitting at P13 after passing Hugger 3. Meanwhile, Wayne 94 has surged up to 17, overtaking both Kazushuk and Amy. The race is getting competitive. Deplorably Apple in the Ford Torino 72 is locked in a tight battle with Snooky in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. For P3, both cars are neck and neck. Tombiko and Susanne Greenberg have successfully moved up to 6 after overtaking Waziri Sky and Unapoki, who are now in 7. Meanwhile, Waziri Sky and Unapoki also made an advance to 7 by overtaking Magic Turtle 19 and Nukembokam. The race is intensifying as positions continue to shift. As we continue the race, Wayne Trey 94 is closing in on Short TE, reducing the gap significantly. Meanwhile, Okaya P3 has advanced to P9 after successfully overtaking both Koki Beninity and Just Jazik. The battle for positions is intensifying as the drivers push their limits. Reka 79, in the Dodge Charger is closely trailing Okayoki 3 in the AMC Matador as they battle for P. Both cars are showing strong performance, with Rekka 79 attempting an inside line, but unable to complete the overtake. Meanwhile, Duff Dad and Snow TPE have successfully moved up to 17, overtaking both Kazashuk and Amy. The positioning indicates a strategic approach from Duff Dad and Snow TPP, possibly capitalizing on a tire advantage. In the fight for P20, Nira Sol and 1999 Setembro, both in Plymouth Roadrunners, are engaged in a tight duel with Amundsen and Mia Texan driving an AMC Matador door-to-door. The intensity of this battle suggests potential for further position changes as they navigate the track. Currently, Okayoki 3 has successfully moved into P8 after overtaking Rekka 79. The battle between these two is quite intense, with Okayoki 3 representing Team Racing Potatoes in an AMC Matador, while Rekka 79 drives a Dodge Charger. Meanwhile, Paula Kosanin and Quack.A2 have advanced to P11 after overtaking Flyne from Team Starline Pixels. Overtakes are creating some dynamic shifts in the middle of the pack. Wayne Trinity 4 in the Ford Torino 71 has gained a slight edge over Kazashuk and Amy, who is piloting the Dodge Charger. As they head into turn 3, Wayne Trinity 4 executes a clean overtake, moving into 16. Kazashuk and Amy are not backing down, maintaining close proximity and looking for an opportunity to retake that position. The battle remains intense as they navigate through the next series of turns, with both drivers showing impressive skill and strategy. Flyne and Rizaldi Adha are locked in a tight battle for the 12th position. Flyne is taking the inside line at turn 5, trying to gain an advantage. Rizaldi Adha responds by defending hard on the outside. Both cars are side by side as they exit the turn. Flyne manages to pull slightly ahead on the straight, but Rizaldi Adha is right on the tail. They approach turn 6 at high speed. Rizaldi Adha dives to the inside, attempting to retake the position. The two cars are still neck and neck heading into the turn. Rizaldi Adha makes the move stick and regains P12. Flyne will need to regroup and strategize for another overtaking opportunity as they continue racing. Kokibin Energy and Just Jazik have successfully advanced to P9 after executing a clean overtake on Rekka 79. Meanwhile, Skilltil has made progress, now in P19 after passing Gary No Name. In another significant move, Electric Murray and Sirarimbot both climbed to P22, overtaking Narasol and 1999 September in the process. The race continues to see dynamic changes in positions as the drivers push their limits. Wayne Train 94 has successfully moved into 16, overtaking both Kazushuk and Amy in the process. The battle for 16 continues as Wayne Train 94 in the Ford Torino 71 holds off the challenge from Kazushuk and Amy in the Dodge Charger. Meanwhile, Gary No Name, Amundsen, and Neo Texum are locked in a tight fight for P20. Gary No Name is piloting a Ford Torino 72, while Amundsen and Neo Texum are navigating the track in an ANC Matador, maintaining close proximity to each other. Snooki has taken the lead, moving into pole after successfully overtaking Deplorably Apple. Deplorably Apple now sits in P2, but has also made a move, getting ahead of Jussac 72 to secure that position. Meanwhile, Tom Bickel and Suzanne Greenberg are closing in on Issy 1212 and Shipbroman, reducing the gap by 485.2 seconds. Race dynamics are shifting as positions change and gaps narrow. We're off to a fast start with Tom Bickel and Suzanne Greenberg taking the lead. The man is right on their tails, but Wazirius Guy and Onipoki are trying to find some room to catch up. It's a tight pack early on. Let's see if anyone can pull a surprise move on this tricky track. And they're off. Tom Bickel has taken an early lead, closely followed by Suzanne Greenberg. The man is right behind them, trying to close the gap. Wazirius Guy is in fourth, looking eager to make a move, while Onipoki trails slightly, but anything can happen on this track. The first lap is always crucial for positioning. Let's see if they can shake things up. The race is off to a fast start with the man leading the pack. Issy 1212 is right behind, showing great speed, and Shipbroman is keeping close too. Snooki's in hot pursuit, ready to make a move. The energy is electric as they zoom through the first few corners. Wayne 24 has made a significant move, overtaking 10 cars and advancing to position 6. Skilltil follows closely behind, also gaining momentum with an impressive 11 overtakes, landing in position 7. Meanwhile, Amundsen and Neo Texum are pushing hard as well, both executing 11 successful overtakes to secure positions 8. The race is heating up with these rapid advancements through the field. Tom Mickle and Suzanne Greenberg have both made significant progress, with each overtaking 8 cars to secure positions P12 and P13, respectively. Flying Eye has also shown impressive pace, overtaking 5 cars to advance to 14. The dynamics in the midfield are heating up as these drivers push forward. Twitch 5 and Maya are now in P25 after successfully overtaking Famaka and Oyu's John 7. Meanwhile, Famaka and EU John 7 have responded by moving up to P26, having overtaken N29 Iki at the top. The positions are shifting as the race progresses. Wizerius Guy and Anapaki currently hold the lead, but Tom Bickle and Suzanne Greenberg are gaining ground, decreasing their gap by 19.6 seconds. Rizaldi Ada is also in pursuit, reducing the distance to Duff Dad and Snow, TPP, by 9.5 seconds. Bobardo is trailing behind Kazashuk and Amy, with a significant gap of 574.7 seconds to close. The race dynamics remain competitive as strategies unfold. Bobardo is now just 9.6 seconds behind Kazashuk, indicating a rapid catch-up. N29 Kia is also making significant progress, narrowing the gap to Famaka and Hughes John 7 by 9.7 seconds. In terms of position changes, Okayoki 3 has successfully overtaken Reka 79, moving up to P9. Flying Eye in the Dodge Charger is closely tailing Okayoki 3 in the AMC Matador for position 8. The two cars are trading paint as they navigate the corners, with Flying Eye making a daring move on the inside, but Okayoki 3 holds strong, maintaining the position. Meanwhile, Gary No Name in the Ford Torino 72 is engaged in a tight battle with Kazushuk and Amy, both in Dodge Chargers, for P22. The three cars are tightly packed, with Kazushuk making a move to overtake Gary No Name on the outside, while Amy looks for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes. The dynamics among these three cars are creating an exciting race within the race. Deckman said, "Hey Amy, would you date Snooki?" "Haha, I think I'll stick to racing. But Snooki does seem like a fun person with a lot of energy." Hey Stackman. Welcome back to the racetrack. Grab some popcorn because it's about to get thrilling. Racing car dashing your way. Wayne Trinity 4 has successfully advanced to P21 after overtaking both Mirasol and 1999 Setem Broto. This move indicates a solid strategy and pace as we watch the dynamics unfold in the midfield. Cat TV said, "Hey Amy, do you know any famous VTubers?" "Absolutely. Some famous VTubers include Gora Gora, Iron Mouse and Nyaners. They're super popular in the streaming world and have tons of entertaining content. It's always fun to see what they're up to. Do you have a favorite?" Hey Cat TV. Party Popper, welcome back to the racing action. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. Racing car dashing away. Aminan and Neotexum have successfully moved up to P11 after overtaking Kokibinity and Just Jazzy. Meanwhile, Polokostanin and Quack32 are now in 14, having passed Rizaldi Ada. Short 80 has gained ground as well, advancing to 16 after overtaking both Duff Dad and Snow TP by T-White. The race is becoming increasingly competitive with these strategic moves. Aminsan and Neotexum have advanced to P11 after successfully overtaking Kokibinity and Just Jazzy. Kokibinity, driving a Plymouth Roadrunner, is now engaged in a tight battle with Just Jazik and Huggood3 for P12, with Huggood3 in a Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Meanwhile, Wayne94 and Gary No Name are jockeying for position at P21. Both in Ford Torinos, Wayne94 in a 71 model, and Gary No Name in a 72. Huggood3 has advanced to P11, executing a successful overtake on Aminsan and Neotexum. The Chevrolet Monte Carlo is holding its position well against the AMC Matador duo. A close battle is unfolding for P11, as Aminsan and Neotexum attempt to reclaim their spots. Meanwhile, Polokostanin and Quack32 have surged into P13 after overtaking Kokibinity and Just Jazzy. The race dynamics are tightening with these positional changes. Rizoliata in the Dodge Charger is currently engaged in a tight battle with Short T, who is piloting the Plymouth Roadrunner for 15th position. Both cars are closely matched, with Rizaldi trying to find an opening to slip past. Meanwhile, Skilltill has made significant progress, advancing to 18th place after successfully overtaking Electric Marie and Siraranbot Dukti. The race dynamics are intensifying as these positions shift. Shorter E has executed a clean overtake on Rizaldi Adha, advancing to 14. The maneuver was smooth, with Shorty utilizing the slipstream effectively on the straight. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Adha is now in 15, needing to regroup and strategize for the next lap. Flying Eye in the Dodge Charger is maintaining a tight line as he fends off challenges from Aminsan and Neotexum, both driving the AMC Matador in a fierce battle for P9. The three cars are closely matched, with overtakes happening at every turn as they jockey for position. Meanwhile, Electric Miri Sirarimbot, Kazashuk and Amy are embroiled in a competitive fight for P19. All four cars are showing strong pace, with frequent changes in position as they navigate the corners. Each driver is pushing hard, looking for any opening to gain an advantage over their rivals. The race dynamics are intensifying as these groups of competitors continue to exchange positions. Deplorablepo has taken the lead and is now in pole after a successful overtake on Jasak 72. Jasak 72, now in P2, managed to move past the man from Team Quark Express. Meanwhile, Hugertfree has advanced to P11 after overtaking Rekka 79. The race continues to evolve rapidly. And they're off. Issy takes an early lead, showing impressive acceleration. Chip Roman is right behind, trying to keep the pressure on. Snooki isn't far behind either, looking for an opportunity to capitalize if either of the front runners makes a mistake. The cars are really pushing their limits as they enter the first turn. The race is off to a roaring start with Isiona 12-12, holding the lead, closely followed by Shipraman getting aggressive in the corners. The AI from Team Quark Express is trying to gain ground, but Snooki is hot on their tail, looking for any opportunity to slip past. It's a tight pack up front, and strategy will play a key role as they navigate these early laps. The race has kicked off with Issy taking an early lead, closely pursued by Shipraman. The man is in the mix trying to squeeze past the competition. Snooki is hanging back and forth, but don't count them out just yet. Exciting tactics are definitely in play right now. Bliney is currently in 10th position, driving the Dodge Charger, while Paolo Costanin and Quack.A2, both in Ford Torino 72s, are closely behind him. As they approach the final turn, Paolo Costanin makes a move on Bliney, attempting an overtake on the inside line. Quack.A2 is right on their tail, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes. Bliney defends his position well, maintaining a tight line through the corner. However, Paolo Costanin manages to get a slight edge as they exit the turn, inching ahead into the straight. Quack.A2 is also positioning himself for a possible slipstream advantage. The battle for 10th position is heating up as they head down the straightaway, with all three cars nearly side by side. It's a thrilling moment as they jostle for the coveted position in the race standings. Wayne Trinity4 has made a significant move, quickly overtaking 7 cars to secure position 6. Neri Solo and 1999 Settembro are also making impressive gains, each overtaking 19 cars to elevate themselves to position 7. Gary No Name is maintaining a steady pace, moving up 4 positions to claim 8th place. The competition is intensifying as these drivers push forward. Team Quark Express's car has taken the lead, moving into pole after successfully overtaking ISI 1212 and Shipbroman. The battle for Penn is heating up between Rekka 79 in a Dodge Charger and Okayoki 3 in an NNC Matador from Team Racing Potatoes. Skilltill has advanced to 17 by overtaking both Duff Dad and Snow TB Dad Hun. Tom Mickle and Susan Angrenberg have significantly closed the gap to Wiz Serious Guy and Unipaki, now trailing by just 31.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Koki Benenity and Just Jazik are also closing in, reducing their distance to Tom Mickle and Suzanne Greenberg by 9.30 seconds. Additionally, Paolo Costanin and Quack.A2 are making progress as well, cutting the gap to Koki Benenity and Just Jazik down by 7.3 seconds. The competition is tightening up as they all jockey for position. Rekka 79 in the Dodge Charger is currently side by side with Okayoki 3 in the AMC Matador, both vying for the 10th position. Rekka 79 has a slight edge on the inside line as they approach the next turn. Okayoki 3 is holding tight on the outside, trying to maintain momentum. They touch briefly, but both drivers are managing to keep their cars steady. As they exit the corner, it looks like Rekka 79 has successfully overtaken Okayoki 3 and moves into penalty. Okayoki 3 now trails closely behind, looking for an opportunity to reclaim that position. The battle continues. Rizaldi Adha in the Dodge Charger is closely trailing Shorter Tui in the Plymouth Roadrunner as they battle for P13. The two cars are neck and neck, with occasional attempts at overtaking but no decisive moves yet. Meanwhile, Fomoka and Yujon 7 have successfully moved up to P25, executing an overtake on Twitch 5 and Maya, who are driving the AMC Matador. Now, both pairs, Fomoka and Yujon 7, in their Dodge Charger, alongside Twitch 5 and Maya, are locked in a tense battle for that P25 position. The dynamics are heating up as they jockey for position. Cargo 3 has successfully gained a position, now sitting at P18 after overtaking Duff Dad and Snow, TPB Guide. Meanwhile, Wayne Drennan T4 has advanced to P21, surpassing Mirasol in 1999 September in the process. The race continues to show dynamic shifts in positions as drivers battle for supremacy. Shorty A has just made an impressive move to secure P13, overtaking Rizaldi Adha from Team Quark Express. The battle for P13 is heating up as both drivers push their Plymouth Roadrunner and Dodge Charger to the limits. Meanwhile, Amundsen and Neo Texan have advanced to 16 with a successful overtake on Electric Murray and Sir Ironbot, showcasing strong competitive driving. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions continue to fluctuate. Flying Eye in the Dodge Charger is currently battling Shorty E in the Plymouth Roadrunner for 12th position. They are neck and neck, with Flying Eye trying to take the inside line into turn 3 but Shorty E holds firm on the outside. The two cars are closely matched in speed, and it looks like Flying Eye might be setting up for a slipstream maneuver down the straight. As they approach the next corner, Shorty T defends well, maintaining position. It's an intense duel with no signs of backing down from either driver. Cookie Banana Tea and Just Jezik remain neck and neck in their Plymouth Roadrunner, putting pressure on Okayoki 3 in the AMC Matador, as they all jockey for position at P9. Just ahead, Rizaldi Adha has successfully overtaken Flying Eye to claim P12, but Flying Eye is not letting up and continues to challenge for that position. The battle for P12 is heating up with both drivers vying for an advantage. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Hey there, optionally. Huge shout out and thank you for the raid. Partying face, welcome everyone. Strap in because we're about to watch some AI race cars go zoom zoom. Automobile dashing. Away, let's have some fun together. Hey, Emigrant Will and Optional Me. Welcome back to the stream. Hearty Popper, we missed you. Grab some popcorn, because these AI race cars are about to get wild. Racing car dashing away. Right? It's a wild race out there. Some of these drivers are really showing their skills, while others, well, they might need a little extra practice. Faced with tears of joy. Let's see if anyone can pull off a miracle in these last laps. Checkered flag. Shortery is currently in P12 after successfully overtaking Skilltil, who has now dropped to P13. Meanwhile, Skilltil gained a position moving past Rizaldi Adha, who is now in 14. In 15, Amazon and Neotexum have both overtaken Flying Eye, solidifying their positions. The race remains competitive as drivers jockey for better placements. Shorty 8, in the Plymouth Roadrunner, is closely trailing Skilltil, in the Ford Torino 72, as they fight for 12th place. Both drivers are exhibiting strong defensive and offensive maneuvers, with Shorty T looking for potential overtaking opportunities. Meanwhile, Gary No Name and Wayne 24 are engaged in a tight battle for 20th place, both piloting Ford Torinos but from different years, Gary's 72 model versus Wayne's 71. The competition is fierce as they jockey for position, showing skillful handling and tactical driving. The race dynamics are heating up with these battles, creating a tight pack of competitive racing down the field. The race is off to a flying start. Man is holding the lead as they navigate the first turn. Issy 1212 is hot on his tail, applying some pressure while Shipbroman hangs back in third. Snooky is fighting to stay in the mix but has some ground to cover. It's anyone's game at this early stage. The race is off to a flying start. The man is leading the pack, showcasing some impressive speed out of the gate. Issy 1212 is closely behind, looking for an opening to make a move. Shipbroman is in hot pursuit, trying to keep the pressure on the leaders. Meanwhile, Snooky is not far behind, ready to pounce if any opportunity arises. It's shaping up to be an exciting battle right from the get-go. Deplorably Apple is gaining on Snooky, reducing the gap to 5.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Woon Series Guy and Anupaki are also closing in on Jasak 72, with a gap reduction of 10.5 seconds. The race dynamics are intensifying as drivers push for better positions. Katsushok and Amy have successfully moved into P20, executing a clean overtake on Waintra 94. In response, Waintra 94 has countered by advancing to P21 after overtaking Hugo 3. The positions are shifting quickly as the race progresses. Skilltil has just executed a brilliant maneuver, overtaking 5 cars and advancing to 6. Shorter Tweedy follows closely behind, also gaining momentum with an impressive 5-car overtake to secure 7. Meanwhile, Rekka 79 is making strides as well, moving up 4 positions to claim P9. The pack is tightening as these drivers push their limits. Waintra 94 has just made an impressive surge, overtaking 8 cars to secure position. 6. Nearasol and 1999 Settembro are also on the move, each managing to pass 10 cars to settle into position. 7. Meanwhile, Twitch 5 and Maya have both shown remarkable pace, overtaking a total of 15 cars to reach position 10. The race is intensifying as these drivers push their limits on the track. Okeoki 3 has made a significant move, advancing to 6 after overtaking 12 cars. Tom Bickel and Susan Greenberg are also on the charge, gaining ground and taking 7 with 13 overtakes. Meanwhile, Wazirius Guy and Unipoki have climbed up to Pate, managing to overtake 11 vehicles. The race is intensifying as these drivers push for better positions. Serious Guy and Unipoki have successfully moved into 6th after an overtake on Okeoki 3. Meanwhile, Shorter T has advanced to P11 by passing Rizaldi out of Destuai. Abdet Dita Dictor. In the battle for P12, we have Rizaldi Adha from Team Quark Express in a Dodge Charger, facing off against Polo Castanin and Quack 32. Both driving a Ford Torino 72. The competition is tight as they jockey for position. Skilltil is now just 31.4 seconds behind Hugger 3, making significant progress in the chase. Meanwhile, Gary No Name is reducing the gap to Skilltil by 36.3 seconds. Amin Sun and Neo Texan are also gaining ground on Gary No Name, closing the distance by 47.8 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers push their limits. As we continue the race, we're observing a close battle for position 19 between Gary No Name and the Ford Torino 72 and both Sand and New Texum in an AMC Matador. Gary currently holds the advantage, but Sand is applying pressure on his rear bumper, looking for an opportunity to overtake. New Texum appears to be strategizing a mid-corner maneuver, positioning himself to capitalize on any mistakes from the front two. The race dynamics are heating up as they approach the next turn. Flyne has advanced to Pate, successfully overtaking both Tombical and Susan Greenberg. Paulo Costanin and Quack Daddy 2 have moved up to Poliven after overtaking Rizaldi Ada. Meanwhile, there's an ongoing battle for P12 between Rizaldi Ada in a Dodge Charger and Short TT in a Plymouth Roadrunner, showcasing some competitive driving. Shorter E and Rizaldi Ada are currently locked in a tight battle for P12 Opal. Shorter E in the Plymouth Roadrunner is holding a narrow lead, but Rizaldi Ada in the Dodge Charger is applying consistent pressure. As they approach the hairpin turn, Rizaldi Ada takes a wider line, attempting to gain traction on the exit. Shora 3 defends well, maintaining position as they head into the next straight. The gap remains minimal, with both drivers showcasing their skills as they navigate the track. Okie 3 currently holds the 7th position in an intense battle with Tombical and Susan Greenberg, both of whom are vying for the same position in their Ford Torino 72. As they navigate through the track, the three cars are closely matched, creating a dynamic racing situation. Further back, Rec 79, Electric Marie and Sir Ironbot are competing fiercely for 14th place. The three AI-driven vehicles are showing aggressive driving as they jockey for position, making it a tight race at the back of the field. The tension is palpable as each driver looks for an opportunity to make their move. Koki Binanity and Just Jazik have successfully moved into P9 after overtaking Flyne. This has sparked a close battle for that position, with all three cars maintaining tight proximity on the track. Koki Binanity and Just Jazik are in a Plymouth Roadrunner, while Flyne is driving a Dodge Charger. The dynamics of this race are heating up as they jostle for position. Koki Binanity and Just Jazik in the Plymouth Roadrunner are closely contesting with Paulo Costanin and Quack Daddy 2, who are driving the Ford Torino 72 for Penn. The battle is tight as they navigate the track, with both pairs trying to outmaneuver each other. Meanwhile, Bobado has successfully moved up to P23 after overtaking Raintra 94, making progress in the field. Tom Bickel and Susan Greenberg have successfully moved into 6th, overtaking Wazirius Guy and Unipaki. The battle for this position is heating up as Tom Bickel and Suzanne Greenberg, driving a Ford Torino 72, face off against Wazirius Guy and Unipaki in their Plymouth Road Runner. The competition is tight, with both pairs vying for an advantage on the track. Georgia 8 has made a significant move, advancing to pole even after overtaking both Koki Baninati and Just Jasic. Meanwhile, Horde 3 in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo is engaged in a tight battle with Skiltil in the Ford Torino, 72 for 17. In another intense section of the pack, Kazashuk and Amy are racing alongside Nira Sol and 1999 Setembro, all vying for P21. Kazashuk and Amy are in a Dodge Charger, while Nira Sol and 1999 Setembro are piloting a Plymouth Road Runner. The dynamics in this area of the track are heating up.